Well, good afternoon, campers. It's 12:30, um, 24th of March. I'm still at the garage. Ginge come out. We went all through it. I got it all jacked up. I got underneath it myself. We cleaned all the mud and shit and grime and crap that was all underneath it where I got sort of grounded. Nothing there touched. Um, we seemed to think it was me trying to pull out using a starter motor. It just didn't like it, or an old fuse or whatever it was. So we took all the fuses out under the bonnet and had a look at that. Everything seemed to be fine. We went through everything else and finally got under the floor where the main battery is. Got a continuity meter out, and it showed on the continuity meter that the main fuse had gone, or it wasn't there. And I said to the chap it was doing, I said to Ginger, I said, do you know? He says that. He said, well, I think it's so. I said, because what we usually do, I use just ordinary meter. I'll undo the fuse across the two terminals, tighten the fuse back up on one so it's sticking out, and then put a wire across there and see if I get contact. But these continuity meters apparently can tell. Anyway, so we took the fuse out, got a screwdriver, and I said, touch it across there. I said, and see if the lights flicker. Anyway, he touched it across, and immediately all the lights come on, everything come on the dashboard as it should. So I went up to Prospect Auto Spares or Auto Supplies in Trowbridge and got myself a fuse. We couldn't make out by looking at my fuse whether it was a grey one or was it where it was a brown one. But apparently it was a brown one. So we checked with Fiat and what have you, and it's 100. This is a 300 watt one, but that's going back. So I thought to myself, I'll get the biggest fuse I can get, which will get me going and get me out of the shit. So I thought it was, if I put 150 amp in, excuse me, and it's 300 amp, it would just blow. So I brought 150 amp back to the unit here and the 300, and we found out through Fiat it's 150. So I screwed that back on, and what I should do now is I should take that one back and get myself another 150, and I'll tape that on the leg by the side of it, so it's all right. So if it goes again, because sod's law is if I haven't got one, it'll go, and if I have got one, it'll be fine. So I spoke to Kev, the mechanic, and he's still coming out to do my EGR valve tonight. But since last night, I've got an engine management light on, but I think that's something to do with this fuse blowing. Battery's fine. Alternator's fine. Alternator's charging at 14.6, 14.4, 14.6, like it normally does. Everything seems to be all right. It just seems to blow. I tried to crank myself out the metal on the starter motor, and it just seemed to pop the fuse. That appears to be, oh, excuse me, it all sorted. So there you go. And it was I did get myself brought back here to Bathwick Tyres in Trowbridge, parked up, because I know that they get parts in, and I thought to myself, well, I got enough food not till Saturday, at least till Saturday, although I'm only about 2 miles from the nest. But I should have, so I needed to stay here, or anything like that, order or buy, could be sent here. And if I get in trouble, then I can always get one of their mechanics, get Nick to book me in and get one of their mechanics to do it. But that wasn't necessary. We managed to sort it, I think. So now let's, immediately all the lights on the dashboard have gone out, apart from the orange one and the, you look on there, they are not flickering. That oil light has always flashed for about a minute ever since I had it remapped. And I had it remapped well, one of the many remaps. 9 years ago, 8 years ago. So that appears to be something to do with it. They kept saying bring it back and we'll sort it, but makes no difference to me. It works fine. Yeah. So I'm a bit sleepy. I don't know why. I had a split headache all morning, and I think I've been taking the Nurofen too quick. And it's made me tired. Too close together because I'd rather be a fucking sleep than have a headache. So that's about it, folks. Anyway, so drama averted. I thought to myself, well, if it's going to cost me a couple £100 for an alternator, and £150 for a battery, if that gets me out of it, then that gets me out of it. But luckily, touch wood, nothing was necessary. It was just a fuse. And obviously now I know where the fuse is, so if anything goes wrong now, it's I'll do what I'll do what I do with my domestic batteries. I've got fuses there taped to the power wires, and an 8mm spanner taped there as well, so that if anything goes tits up, I've always got a spanner, always got a fuse. And on here, what I should do is I shall buy a cheap 13mm spanner, and I shall keep that taped to the side of the battery, or somewhere out the way of the battery, somewhere where it can't get shorted out or anything. And I'll tape the fuse there, so if that goes again, then all I've got to do is lift the carpet up, undo the top of the battery box, take it off, and swap it. But it shouldn't need that. Anyway, thank you for all your... I was going to go it out with 2 fingers, but I can't because I'm with my phone. All your guesses or what was wrong. And I don't think anybody guessed it was thermal battery fuse. But it is very entertaining when, because I mean, I do make comments. I think it could be that, could be that, could be that, could be that. But not when they say, oh, it's your earth strap. Oh, you've broken earth strap off under the engine. Oh, you've done this and you've done that. It's your alternator belt. It's fucking this, it's that, Well, I was born at night. But it wasn't fucking last night. So I always have a good look. I'd had a good look round and make sure, the obvious things it isn't. But it's obviously the mechanically minded, or not mechanically minded. They get told by people that think they're mechanics. If that goes wrong, it's your earth strap. If that goes wrong, it's, But anyway, I'm not grizzling at you. I really appreciate you trying to help. I'll speak to you soon. Remember, stay classy and no fighting. Bye-bye. And you, Skins, brother of mine.